Law. Ebi abako a be pese ye tifri hodo mutawo na afi ye substantive yi no so pa no. Ghana for no dodo na kasa. Evangelist mama part. Sari ye friend no na Agradaa. 15 years. Na me who say colleagues they be a raise concern say 15 years for a year charlatanic a year advertisement. Almost say charlatanic advertisement and obtaining money by false pretense. Yet here lawyer no be say a year too harsh. But no, who wanna say?
Me da say. Keke mame fa kwanya so na me nchia watiefo no wahwefo nyina. Mame na obo ade so ase. Memra mama part issue no so. We see biakasa obi a charlatan person obi a wayusu adada kwan so onye sa nipa a woye no me fa ne se obi timi emesika odobu sika mesika ba sa nipa na onye sa bi yakasa charlatan person sa nipa ne nye enipa a wote se tebia na wote no nemom wafa ekwan bone so adada kwan so onse deception deceit no de adada obi ana etimi amasa nipa ne de ne sika amano anaso ode na ade bi amano believing say ade kro na okaye no obetimi aye ne saade amanipa no nti akaso bi a charlatan person ase no ana defrauding by false pretense o mayimra no ye kan say crime a so obi aye bone a crime no ase ne say bone ase kire ne say obi wo adwempo bi say obe fa kwan boni bi so ataji obi hu sika na se waye ade bi a omanyimra etia ede etia ne yonko enti broni be kan say there must be a criminal enterprise. That means that the person has commissioned a criminal enterprise, and that criminal enterprise it goes against a statute in force. Nature said there must be a prohibited act. I was say act bi wo ho aye emraketen say sa di kuro we ya etia o man mra, and the breach thereof, so breaches are act na it goes with the penal consequences of the law. Nature say ofum sa mra no a e was say mra no de ho asotwen e de mawo na o man mra ye umugina so de charge mama part no section 131, that is defrauding by false pretense. Where criminal code act 29 into defrauding by false pretense and so ye won near my yina so ansa ne aka so bi a defraud obi ingredients of the offense. Sa mra we ya de bi di owura bi a no ye minister ye frɛ no Republic versus Salome. I am say Victor Salome na NDC Victor Salome. Maybe you can say court computers. Emma tro say omumfa sika bi mra ma omumfa emma court nka judge ti wono odi asema na computer na type bibia no we say na court no kra no ya provide one computer na dada enti odesa adada akwan no so emma omutu ya sika ni nyina ede bai emma court jeli owura Victor Salome na owura Victor Salome kra ye jeli na emza court man only 10 years pe. But so over defrauding by false pretense na the punishment no once I can say the breach thereof, when you breach the offense and I say any prohibited act biana, there must be an offense. I was say offense be I define it as such and was say the amount to read Article 1911. Article 1911 of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. Almost Article 1911 actually say offense be yen defining ewo ye mere mu se eho asotwini na we ye bone na ho ofom sa amra na ho asotwini no ye man mere mu a eni kwan sa odedi obi etu ba defrauding by false pretense we na ede ho asotwini nyina aba na asotwini na osisa wo twini pa na so a eni kwan sa ye less than 10 years and eni kwan so say ebro more than 25 years. That's in between 10 to 25 no judge ni e pa punishment bia o de be ma
nti opa obetu bia ma 10
opa obetu ma 10 20 opa obetu ma 15 na me beba ho eti won say judge no obedam finfin fa ne say be 15 years na ode ama no defrauding by false pretense because we read the act na aka kira say not less than 10 years and not more than 25 years. That is a wontimi emma no ensa ma ne nye 9 years less than 10 years emma form in 10 years and untimi so more 25 years. It when it happens like that, the judge ne pay ɛyɛ ɔno a sɛ de osi hu the intensity of the matter no kɛseɛ na de ɔpɛ ana ɔde bɛma wo enti memfa ne sɛ ɛkɔ wie no judge no hu ne sɛ ne nimdie mu no wabu anofo enti ɔsɔ ɔma ne saa sotwe ne kyɛ sɛ judge no yɛ within the range
na kyɛ sɛ ntumi nyɛ less than 10 years
less than 10 years na yɛmmerɛ mu na wohwɛ that is section 131 and eka defrauding by false pretense na de ne punishment nyina ede aba so o makwan a met me aka baby kakra ma wo hu o say a person who by means of a false pretense or by personation obtains or attempt to obtain the consent of another person to part with or transfer the ownership of a thing by a false representation of acting in accordance with the instructions, orders or requests of the president or member of the cabinet commit a second degree felony under section 1 and is liable to a term of imprisonment of not less than 10 years and not more than 25 years. So it will hear a person who defraud by another person by a false pretense commits a second degree felony. It ya born in munyina no ya first degree felony or hijack aeroplane bi ukotu abanyaguo ukumo bi murder ni nyina first degree felony but defrauding by false pretense na a second degree felony boni ni nyina de toso mienu enu nti na so chen free 10 years at the copy 25 na ye mra no ye wo bibia e friend no burden of proof eti burden of proof no e was say prove beyond reasonable doubt eti na chese so obi ye boni a boni no ansa na obetimi aka se waye boni no na chese o ye e yakobe 100%. Eti untimi nka se wanya 98 ne mu mienu afiri mu ntini pa na akomete boni no ntini ye friend no defrauding by false pretense no eti ye wo burden of what production of what evidence and ye wo persuasive burden eti burden ya chem mienu eti burden no ba ko ho no ma eye wo a ye de ato so no ingredients no wo ye de ato so no burden of production eti burden of production no wonna wo say utimi e present enough evidence wa de kwadu no bo say ni pakro say wa ye bone atia no e wo say de ma kwadu boni no a wo ye prosecutor no ma utimi enya enyinaso no o produce what production of what enough evidence so betimi enya eho niema pa e kire say kwadu no betimi de abua wo 100% and then a burden of what production and ye wo burden of what persuasion and ye wo shifting the burden into burden ya miensa sa burden of proof na ya hodo miensa burden of production burden of persuasion and shifting of the burden eti burden of production ne kire say de obokwadu no so nya aniema e kire say nipa na ye bone no de be kire ana de to so burden of persuasion no persuasion ne kire say e wo say otimi convince judge no esa ampa aniema na de bokwadu no etimi di mu ema nipa na otimi nya be 100% and almost 99 me de no kotum ana de twa to shifting the burden e koba so no wantimi amoko adu ne koba se atani aba wankasa udi bone no se wonso na wo so produce a se burden na shift wonso utimi e kire se bone na nya wo na saa mienu ni di kan ye adwuma ansa na aba wo se nipa no so enti kwadu boni ni na wo so utimi produce the burden of production and the burden of what persuasion mienu no de ejina no so na wo so di kan ye first o feli na se bi ekoba sa shift aba wo so ansa na wo shifting the burden no aba wo so na memra de me di twato ne se wo hwemu a de ma me hu se na Agradaa se waye bone a the sentence is harsh and excessive in law sentence na judge ne de amano no anodin 15 years harsh and excessive because first of all we first time offender afi no waye bone no eno nkire se wo te se na Agradaa abu obi ana waye bibisa ni nyina ya atesem eye hearsay na mremu no hearsay evidence is what inadmissible pursuant to section 116 and 117 of the Evidence Act. In the Official Evidence Act in section 116 wa and 117 ho krona the bechere on say atesem teka kire eye den eye hearsay teka kire yemfa yenento entum wa mrem although there were exceptions the agitum say bia wo nananom amamrese me nana betena ha and wasi fie wa ha enti kwan ya me nana fa so bete ha say fie wo gi free me ho enye yie eno saa amamrese mo ne de yagitum esate kan kire ne yagitum nemum say obi abeka kire so na Agradaa buwe no wabuwe no wonya court nti ene nyina ya hearsay eti the first time a court they are convicted no any time we are Yeah, they a sentence in it. Judge and money 15 years. Naturally, say you harsh and excessive because I was a judge and was sitting in the chair of what mercy chair to administer justice. A humobra kunya no timu na a humobro no and one or the pepe and so yeah juma. 81 obehwe sika krona waji free wo no. What was the amount? Meet lawyers 540 pe. That's a 540 nti. O twena so do o de ye ense na ho ama asofo ye sa ni nyina atwe mo afi.
Ba o say lawyer no so want to be ankyere video mo antumi.
Meba ho. Me be ma ho no so. 540 hu na de man na oye first time offender afi no aye bone ni bi. Na man 15 years a. Me ka say obi ne menya adwene say lawyer for de te de bi a wo ka. Na emom dem de chon say enam say ne first time odi aye sa bone ni nti no. Eni kwan say o man of 15 years no. Eti na wo say on ka de starting minimum sentence no which is 10 years kora. Eti ye basis a ebi omoko appeal a court no be kan bi ama omo. Eno ye one.
Okay.
And a criminal case no say a circuit court in di ya na appeal no court e wo high court. But a civil case now no obi nya e wa asase ho manso ana sikasem bi ho de a eno na appeal no e court of appeal. Into we no be high court. Into a lawyer for no on be ntom de appeal ne betum. I said the sentence is harsh and excessive. Eno ye one. Sentence na ye harsh and no thing. And ye excessive e boroso. The man boroso ne say or your first time offender. The yamra the last one. The last one na lawyer for no kasafa ho ne say empo video na no mu yi no e faceless mu nipa mo de kwadu no bo ni nyina no obi ani ho a na nanim wo video no. The judge didn't take that one into consideration. The judge no I was said the burden of production na make an burden of proof no nkrabata no ba ko ne the burden of production ana ba ko so nkrabata ne the burden of persuasion ana the last one here shifting the burden. The burden of production no some for nyina mo de baaye no sa burden na short wo ho a short ne say one or your judge ba ko pente bi e where e feel judge na wa hu because production na mo de baaye no enipa mo so ogina mu say na Agradaa na bu no nyina no sa nipa no mo ahunu nanim e wom. Two, during cross examination abra lawyer for no toto sa nkrofo no mo say na Agradaa ebu no no omo timi state say omo nkwa na asori ho kra omo nkobi. It is a woman corner sorry hobby. Nese omanim ni video no mu dia not the burden of what production no a shorty. A shorty se there and na sa 100% na yepe no and 99.99% bi a open san atimi di nipa na kotum na cha sa shorty ntimi fa nanko. E was ye di ya de discharge no. And the last one sankrata no so hu se nipa na ni wo ma na nim nimu a e ho na e ba be convince judge na ma na di na temuo aba. And then your friend no the burden of what? Persuasion. That is convincing the judge and the jury. And son a judge net me what me persuading na convincing say ampa no kureni enipa we no na woji wo musika na omu gina asori dem ho so ampa kura omko wa asori ni bi eti wo wa anya de but lawyers ni hunu say one e faceless video na ba no mfonyini bi anim enipa bi anim enti hwan na no woji ni sika ho ene ye one eti burden of production na faili eti faili dia burden of persuasion so enti me an convince judge na we so judge ntimi mi hu ne say likely we say when they go on appeal they will succeed.
Okay, now just succeed no there as succeed so the 10 years.
Yes, it depends when the judge on point of law na mmara na wa nyusu ne yie na de di sa asem ne dia it's likely we say high court no beti meja
say be a faceless individual
winning na yes so they are not going to omko appeal na omonko take you know yan kwa asem no foforo by mistakes a judge ne ye no and then your friend the judge held on point of law mmara mu no wafom mmara no ana say wanhwe mmara ne yie eti yan kasa judge bi a mistake yan kasa judge bi eni mmara judge bi eni mmara but they can say held on point of law let us say yan from so kakra bi na judge
that is likelihood we say bi o yan from so
a basis a on betimi de atwa ne sentence nyina me asanda na ye yi na fi.
Oh, okay.
That's what that is.
But I say lawyer Evans or say Bonsu my culture was a talk Ghana so any hado nigina na ni esuade yesuade na currently we nan kan kaya you know but a talk of the town na be say lawyer so I walk here through kama ama wati ase bisi o ye beja de bisi ye iti lawyer e de ye ananti
na keke de me fa ntwa to okra ne se ansa so na bebu anipa no for e was defrauding by false pretense na was ingredients be 9 ana utiminya one of the ingredients here false representation ubon sa asem o ka kire o ya daada asem ana second one wo de wani beto asem kro no so o daada inducement misrepresentation ana wo de wani beto sa adada ansem no so ana na wonimdie knowledge say the knowledge say asem na oka no ye false so knowledge of that falsity na just asem no so ye ntro ana wo de wani beto sa ntro no so ana wo wi a no wo botaye intend to defraud na oka sa asem no de adada wo say de be ye den obeji bibia fru amu apart with something and indeed or party with something or the bibi nso ye den emma wo ma wo je na court no hunu se sa na ma we nyina no ingredients we ye adwuma de a ene na court no be fine no guilty na enu bi no didi Republic versus Salome ye di oru Salome court there mu a ebe ka kakra me na wu a ye ja na oba be wu ye no
okay
sanachi
mate be dance papa Evans Osebons Esquire and na what it Harry mo ba comment wo ho na mo ba comment wo ho a me ntie o
wait there I don't think so, but I believe so. Emra. Said ye, Uncle Basse, Yamfana Uncle Jena court. A court na she. But I also advise Nabusia say, also more appealing. Ghana, it will be a while, you did not too more. More appealing, ya. Judge for fraudna so no evidence near their bow no so anim no you also saw say their first judgment no and cause there was a co inti otwa case nim asi bebre omo mapili na me de we be ye futu ama Ghana for so say edru mre bia ma yemfa ye ni ntoto ne ma bisu bebre sa ba mi sha ase se wo ba ye tini din ye sisika gari ne niema na ye tete no you see as a Ghana ye ti bibia ni afole for okay ye ti bibia ni afole for me stress ye koye nimu no enye bibia nye de ehyen bia na yesika. This is not to say say ma me bia me force say bia waji obi no I don't have any evidence to that effect but me tibi so me tibi say oh ye advert na me te say lawyer ensam no aye de adi ni nyina no na no kasa ewo TV so ana radio so kan obi ana eno de na no kasa bia
I don't know your friend is say prejudicial
okay
nti say ko basa na no kasa ugina so na de waka odi kokobua no fa ay prejudicial
okay
so nyare mremu nso abeka na predetermined and when it happens like that udi bua no fa against the fundamental right ebi na Republic versus Benjilo Republic versus Bonsu alias Benjilo na prosecutor na person ugina so e kan say Benjilo ye cocaine dealer why say but the court ne kan say no Ora Benjilo no this is with the abba court nanim ne say mosomachina cocaine first time afi na court ne behwe mpo so ya guilty and now and they say wakofa abba say alias Benjilo and answer Republic versus Bonsu oye cocaine dealer we say now we say I would declare do previous a year enko court de bono no and no they are against any fundamental right
nti enye maame Agradaa nko mama part nya ono nko asofo bebre enso ho a mestre Ghana for eniema bi wa I'm not saying say asofo nyina nye na ba bia bia ode woni beto so be kono I'm not saying say enye but hwehwemu ansa na asha asese no enye ono nko a obia nso ebia obidi bibia diwa wo for say enye mra kwan so ana ni pa ko na asisi no obetimi dia court be announced will be your judgment.
Be ready, I would say, or the train spiritualist, or more yes, be sad.
Okay.
But
for the attorney, you see, that comes under the umbrella of what? Punishment. And the punishment, near what theories of punishment. A business punishment to be or cry tooth for tooth, obi kunwa ye kokuni bi. Obi punishment to be why many reformation. Punishment to be why they serve as deterrent to others. It will no person or man on that a software or more years and be. But when it is harsh and excessive, or copy on the basis of harsh and excessiveness now, and a court no better say no winning or better sentence and so. Name me evidence of burden of persuasion and a burden of production. Now, was some of the babon quadruno. Woman to me and Yana judge no, etimi cancer as a idea. I know be a bad court and best or high court.
But it's very
yes. I know name person. The audio can name person me bemuno na before say any some George or Jumaya pa. Because you see you see the chance of ni be and maybe omo defe nkofo so we have so many TV stations and you will be in nipa no an kasa ojina so wo kasa fa de ne brand on yama. So what is he also doing about those stations are known for obi okra on enye sofo asem nye malama asem obi o wa ote efidie so na wo ka fa we baji we enti mestre communications minister so we adwuma ye because court say or punishing na e de abo others no amomo suro dia. And I think so will be to me aye the nation good by closing down stations up purposely.
But it's my pebble be the lawyer so every much. It be so be the other sense of the coin. Why am
all right. Be a mama partner so well. Asem no anka say ne ya na esi me nhada ni mu ana esi nra ene ya na asem me nimu bebre me ba ya na me
offense was committed around 2022
yeah
oh okay okay I think say ye koye nim no e be ya adisua but me so me de ma no betum bi say e bia anu ehye Bizwa ya piling some no and
the lawyer say be a then some more counsel that we judge. But